Guys, I'm gonna play Stockfish on level 5. Let's do it. I'm gonna try my hardest and take my time because last time I mouse slipped and it beat me. And then once I beat 5, I'm going to try to beat 6. And there's 8 levels. So in this position, I'm just gonna play Theory, which is the Queen's Gambit right here. And he's doing the Queen's Gambit declined. I'm just gonna hop this knight out. So I can consider taking here, but I'm going to try to keep the beginning of this video exciting because most people only watch the beginning of stuff. So now he's got a battery on this bishop. So a knight move can be dangerous, but I'll just take with an attack on his queen. So I'm just going to close this. Okay, here I can start to think about flank attacks, and if he tries to get me with this pawn, maybe just recapture and have a rook down there, attacking the knight. But I think what I'll do is I'll take here, just to get my bishop to here. Now I have more reason to do such a thing. So I'm gonna consider bishop there just to bring the queen out. That way I really have a reason to eliminate the knight and deliver checkmate. So let's see if he... Okay, so now he's reinforcing his knight with another knight, but I can still play moves like that, and if he takes, then I would take, and the knight would be hit. So first I'm going to get my queen here. Interesting what he'll do here, because he's in trouble. Yeah, he has to act now. Okay, so in this position, I think I'm going to go here, and if he takes, I will take, and the knight can't move because of checkmate. Okay, so now he's eyeing this square. If he does take there, I do have rook to here. So I'm gonna hop my knight in here, because if this takes, okay, so I'm gonna play the rook here, and now I'm not sure what his queen's doing. Okay. I'll take back with the bishop, maintaining this, and no need to put the knight back there. So now I'm up 3. This situation doesn't necessarily need to happen anymore because I basically already won the game with my attack. So I might just take here. I'm not really thinking it at this point anymore. I'm just kind of, I mean, now check here forces the king here. But I think I might just play here, protect this pawn, and then castle. I could throw in a check, but I don't think it's too good for me. So right now I'm basically just saying I have a queen and you don't. His bishop is dangerous here. But I think I can just push right up the middle. I can also attack the bishop, and it's going to have to retreat. But it will retreat with an attack on my queen. So let's just get this push in first. And here, if I take with the knight, he would play bishop here, pinning the knight. And then I can just reinforce it which is kind of good. He could also play that move, or I could just, my instinct is just to take with the rook. Then if he goes here, I can take with check. Then this comes, and then maybe I go back. I think I'm going to take with the knight. I just realized that was probably a mistake because he could have, the knight was actually pinned to my rook because my rook is undefended. So I think that move, f5, would have actually won my knight. But not sure. So now he's turning this pawn. This is kind of unpleasant for white. I could move here to get out of any potential pin, but I'm already out of it. I could try to defend this, or I could maybe counterattack this pawn. But then the bishop's coming in. The problem is if I attack his bishop, it goes here, and then that's annoying. I think I'm just going to hide my queen. Where it can't be attacked. But I think it belongs here, putting pressure there. Now I can just take this. Don't see why not. And now I have a nice outpost for my knight. Oh, actually, he's going to win that pawn. So this knight is defended twice, so I think I might just defend the pawn now. But then he has this mobility. So that's fine. I'm going to allow that. Oh, okay. Danger. My bishop's in danger now. I think my queen is too powerful. I'm just going to go here. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. If I go here, he has this move winning my knight. So I have to go here. And then I'll sneak out this way. Wow. Interesting decision. Oh, I guess he's winning my knight. Okay, so my knight's gonna die, so does that check help? Luring the bishop out this direction. Just gonna go here, allow the bishop to take my knight, and now I should have a nice game with the queen against the bishop pair. Oh, I could also go here with this threat, and then I think he defends that nicely, so I'm just going to get rid of his rook. Because now my king can play a role. His king is going to have to hide from my queen. My queen is going to be very strong, supporting my center and attacking two weaknesses. I'm in no danger of checkmate, so I can just literally... The reason I'm not taking is because I don't want to lose this pawn right now. And I think I'll go here just to fix this target for when my king protects this. Now I'm attacking this and defending this. So the king has become a piece, which means now I can just win a pawn with my queen. And now I will check to get out of the way of my passed pawn. So I'm happy with how this game went, because I have checkmate in one move, or almost. He has to move the pawn, and then I can take with check. And again, and again. Now I just have to not stalemate him. So for that, I'm going to bring my king back. Bring my queen all the way over here, so no accidental business. Then I'm just going to try to get 2 queens. So I'm threatening checkmate here. So now I'd get to just go here. Okay, good game. Real quick analysis, and then I'll play 6. Isn't that interesting? It's just like sacrificing a full bishop doesn't even make the evaluation go down that much. And then here, they want a g4, which is interesting, because g4 is not protected by the knight because of the mate. So I should have seen that. But yeah, the queen coming in is just suicide. Very interesting. Computer wants to take, just to show. And then I would take, and then this bishop's in trouble, or this knight's in trouble. Oh, wow. You want me to check? Computer wants this? Computer wants a draw there. But I would take. Oh, and then the black knight here is too strong. Yeah, I can just win it immediately. Oh, and then the bishop. Okay. And then the queen, I guess, comes in just in time. Wow, and then there's pressure here. Wants me to get out of the pin. Very interesting. Okay, but instead he commits suicide. Let's go back to the game. The best move is taking the knight with an attack on my queen, but that doesn't work. It doesn't work because I take it, and then I'm attacking the knight and still threatening mate. You can sack the bishop. Okay, what if I just take the bishop? Oh, then I drop the knight. Okay. Interesting move there. So I just win the bishop that way. Okay. So I made the correct decision to exchange off there. And then computer does like the check. Okay, I do like knight there. That makes sense. I kind of liked this strategy here, but could have been faster. All right, let's do it again, but harder. Number 6. All right, this is gonna be no joke. I'm gonna go queen again, queen pawn again. I'm gonna try the same thing, but he's going into a French if I do this. So I'm gonna do an advanced French. I already don't like this, but it's what I chose to do. I think bishop out here is occurring to me, so I'm just gonna do it. The problem with that is there's tension here, and when I take back, this bishop comes out with check, and my bishop's out here doing nothing. So one thing I could do is just pin his knight. I think that's more practical, because at least it does something. And then I'm just gonna castle. And okay, so his knight's pinned in this situation, so I could just take back and get the square for my knight. And when he kicks his bishop, I'm just gonna run away. Because he isn't able to bring out his bishop with tempo. So I think the bishop belongs here. I could also maintain the pin, and then if he plays that, go there. But that's not a good diagonal. So I'm going to go here with this idea. He's going to castle this way. So now he's got the pressure. And it's my bishop's in the way. If I go there, then my queen defends. Sometimes there's checks with the bishop that can win the queen. So let's say I move over here to h3, and he takes here. I take back, and then if he takes, I should be able to have check, which wins the queen. So this bishop is not actually in the queen's way because of the king on a light square. And this check here. So that means I can literally just play a knight move. And he's not going to take. If he does, it should be game over. See, I just won a knight with that little trick. So now I just liquidate here. And then I'm going to play queen here, defending this to free up the bishop to attack the queen. It just comes to me. I'm also forbidding castling. Yeah, and now I think just bishop here, or ooh, F4 is going to be strong. So I'm just going to play it. And I can always slide my king if I get checked. Okay, that's a good move. Maybe there's ideas of that. That's why I think I want to do this, and if he goes here, I go here, and then he goes here, then I take with a threat of check. And when I take, if he takes me, I can check and then take back, and I think that's okay. So I'm taking just to give my bishop somewhere to move to. See, now my bishop isn't afraid of a pawn because he can stay active. Exchanges are good for me because I'm winning by a piece. So I think I just take here. And now this pawn should be weak. Okay, check, no problem. This pawn should be weak. So I think bishop to here, fortifying this. And then I'm going to play rook to here and win this pawn. But first, I could play this move. And if takes, I'm opening up the king. But the knight's in the way right now. Also, any bishop move, and I'm threatening to take the queens off. So maybe rook to here. And then bishop here. No. Maybe knight here. Can also just kind of maybe put the pawn up here. And then when I play knight here, I can move the knight into there. So I think I'm going to go for that. Any pawn push that he does is met by this, which attacks this and this. So I'm not worried about the pawn push. Okay, the doubling is interesting. He's getting a little bit stronger of an army. But he would have dropped that pawn. That's why he moved it first. I'm going to do my plan. Just to, okay. See, now I can just take this. Or I can check. Checking is interesting because I'm sacrificing a pawn. But then my rook can actually see. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take the bishop. And now my bishop can't attack the rook. Now I have the queen trade here if I want it. I think I'm going to go for it. And then when he takes, otherwise he loses that pawn up here. When he takes, I'll have a rook here. And he doesn't have time for that, and I'll eventually put the bishop here. So here I can just stop all his pawns, and his rook will never be able to get me. Or I could take the queen first, and then do that. Or I could do that and let him take. When I take, I don't win this pawn. Or I could just win this pawn, and then if takes, I'm attacking another pawn. And then when he attacks me, he's got some dangerous pawns. So I think the move is just here. Because that's too good of a bishop. Like I really don't think this bishop's going to be harassed by his rooks. And now this goes here. The bishop actually defends the pawn. This pawn's hard to attack. This pawn can't go forward without getting hit twice or 4 times. So now we're going to win this pawn. Okay. Alright, trickier than I thought. I can get my king in the game. So I'm just going to... Also, this attacks that. I get a check, and he goes here. I have this move, forcing the rook here. I think what I'm going to do is move this pawn up and get the king into the game to serve the role of the bishop, so the bishop can reposition. And I'm also just going to play these pawns up, just to threaten in the endgame. So this is a high-level computer. I can't be too reckless. I can do like breaks here. It takes. I can take. I might want a pawn here, and then when I go here and he takes, I go here, and then he can't press here, so I would take, take, take. So I think the move is h5. And then I think my king's fine where it is, although it will be checked if the bishop ever moves for some reason. I do have a check here, but I'm just going to go in for this attack. Interesting. Okay. So if I take here and he takes, that gives me this square. That should be enough activity. Okay, so he's successfully defending those pawns, but I think I'm winning this one. And no matter how much ammo you have, my bishop is too strong. So I can check, or I can go here. I can even bring the other rook up here and threaten exchanges, and then a winning endgame. This is interesting. I think taking here and then allowing this check and then blocking is better for some reason than taking here. I take here. Well, I'm going to take here, because then he doesn't have a check. And now I think I can just go here. And this should be a winning endgame. So if I take, king takes, king here. There's no need for me to take, so I think I'm just going to get my king, maybe attacking this one of these weaknesses before I take. Even here, taking, take, the king can't take because the bishop. So he has no play. So my king can actually win this pawn. That's check. Okay. See, if I go here, his king has to move. It's called Zugzwang. He has no good moves. Okay, now he's attacking my bishop, but that's not as good as the queen. So I will sack the bishop for the queen. And then I will take here. And defending my pawn, and then I'll just get another queen. Opening up this diagonal for the checkmate. Beautifully done, if I may say so myself. See, another, yeah, just a huge blunder because of the tactic that I saw. He chose not to lose his queen, but he did lose his knight. And then f4. Yeah, these were two easy games. So we'll see if 7 and 8. If 7 should get me. I mean, obviously 8 will get me, right? Last time I lost at 5, but it was because of a slip. And I gave up at 6. So this is my first time beating 6 in the new ranking system. I didn't need to lose my bishop there, but I don't think it matters. Alright. Let's play 7. This should be extremely difficult and frustrating. And I'm not going to try twice. So immediately pressuring this, kind of throwing out the idea of this, because I want this pawn to be able to support this. I'm going to play e4. And then I'll probably play this, but not yet. First I'm going to play a knight out, but he's giving me so much central control. I might actually play c4 here. It's probably the best move, although my plan was to go here. I'm going to stick with my plan because I know this bishop's going to be a pain. And I know my bishop needs to stay here. This knight needs to go here. Or, I'm sorry, this knight needs to go here. So this bishop can stay here and this pawn goes here. And my bishop belongs out here. So I'm going to do that. Then I can't jump in here because he's going to play d6. Probably. But that's where the bishop belongs for now. So he played d6. So a nice thing about this is I get my queen out here, and this is going to happen, but he's going to play his knight here and try to go here. So I think I'm going to play an early, but I can't play b4 because my rook will be killed sometimes. I don't think my bishop needs to stay here as long as this pawn's here. Let's just commit the pawn to c3. So interesting defense by him. I have so much space, I think I'm just going to castle here and try to play right up the middle. This is going to be a really hard game. Probably just get my knight in is a good idea. Or should I bring the bishop out first? Probably good. Do I go here and tuck it away here with this action? Crisscross applesauce. Rather than being timid here, I'm going to go for it. I should have a pretty good position here. So knight can go here, here, here. Check. No, it can't because this blocks. So I think the knight goes here. I can also consider queen here with the idea, well, I could even do queen c1, which is kind of crazy. Reserving the knight, but then not allowing castling because I would win this pawn. So I think he's ready to castle or play over here. And because he's about to castle, I think queen c1 is kind of a interesting move. And then maybe I can just play on the queen side. So I'm just going to try queen c1. It's probably not a good move, but do I want to stay on this diagonal or do I want to go here? Where does this bishop want to be? I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him here. I could bring the queen all the way out here, which is a normal. It takes away the weirdness of queen c1. So I think queen e3 is good before the knight blocks. And if he goes here, I can tuck this here and I'll have a queen here. And if he tries to attack me, I should be going up the middle. I'm trying to use my spatial advantage. So maybe just a knight here and then a rook here and a pawn here and leave the queen in the back. But no, I'm gonna have a good position for my queen. Yeah, this move is interesting. He might actually decide to go queenside when all is said and done. I could just sack here. It weakens my king. It loses a piece. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm just going to hope I don't get bulldozed. Okay, this knight's very good here. It can't hop any further right now. Maybe I can actually go to h4. But now I'm going to get my other knight in. And I'm going to be playing h3 at some point. Yeah, I probably should have played h3 right there. So I messed that up. So now I have a losing position because I can't go to h4 because of the queen. So I waited all day for that knight, and then I developed at the worst time. So I'm just going to have to run away and hope that I can redeploy to here and then here just to exchange this good knight. Very interesting move. I think I might still go knight there because if I go bishop there, knight can take. And I don't want to lose this bishop when he has that one. So I think I go knight. Wow. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, forks, king, and rook, but he has queen takes. So this pawn is interesting. I could move my queen, which, because I'm not really trying to exchange queens, because I'm white and I want to win. And I know this sack works, right? Because I would get a pawn and a rook for 2. Yeah, maybe that's not good enough. Well, I get 2 pawns and a rook. That is good enough. So I think I'm going to move the queen. But then he has a double attack here, so I can't. I can attack his queen with h4, but he can just take that. I can just take his knight. And if he takes my queen, I take back. I have a good position. And if he takes back like that, I'm just going to do that. Because there's multiple moves he can do. Okay, so if he does that, I think I have a pretty good bishop here. I might play a4 to preserve this bishop here. I can also consider putting it on c2, attacking the queen. So I'm not necessarily afraid of this pawn right now, because the bishop would be useful on c2. I do like my little structure here that I planned long term. So I might swing the rook over and then play with the f pawn. And can I play f4 right now with the idea of f5? Takes, takes. And if I go here and he takes here, I take with the knight. I should have a good knight there. Although I would like to just win this pawn, but his queen's doing a pretty nice job defending it. That's why maybe I just go here voluntarily. And then if the queen moves, I can kind of try to win this with my queen. But his knight's going to come defend that. So I'm going to go with f4. Is he ever crashing through here? If he plays c5, is that an issue? Is my king and queen ever an issue? Well, he can't play his f pawn because of this. Is c5 ever an issue? Well, no, because I take that. So I'm actually going to play f4. Okay, so now he can play f5 because if I leave this diagonal. If I attack the queen like that, he can play f5, but I should be able to take. I think bishop is good here just because of the queen. Yeah, he has f5, but if I take, you have to take back with the pawn. My knight can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. If it goes here, it can be attacked, and then it doesn't really have a good prospect. Therefore, I might consider this move, blocking my bishop, but 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. And if my F pawn goes and his stays, I think I can live with that. See, now the knight has more action. So if I take here, he takes back, and I play my knight up, he can try to defend it. But then I'm hopping in. Right? No. But I think maybe the knight belongs here now. And if you push, maybe I go back. I think I take here. Although I've blunted his bishop, so I could just stay here. I think I could definitely draw this if I wanted to, but I don't. So I'm gonna, I think the knight is immediately kicked and can't reroute. I think bishop here prevents the queen from defending anything. And if my bishop is here, his bishop cannot challenge it. And then I can take, and hop in. But if I go bishop here and he pushes here to shut everything down, I still have a good bishop. I was gonna, well, if I go bishop here and he takes here, I was gonna take here to give my bishop some ideas, but maybe the move is take, and when takes back, bishop here. But then he can push. I'm gonna go bishop here. Okay, so that would have worked, but this is a good move because it stops my knight. So maybe I should have taken, and then attacked. So he's got some queenside shenanigans. He's also got this. So he's probably winning. Although I can immediately attack this pawn. And that's what I'll do. Question is, should I do it with the queen with checkmate? And then all I have to do is win this pawn. So here has some long-term attacking ability. But the knight, I'm going to do that. Ugh. Oh no. I have queen here. And if push, my rook's under attack. And if I move it, you can take that, or you can push there. I'm going to go here with the idea of here. My bishop should be safe here. There's no pawn that can get him. Now my rook, I can swing to the c file. Or I can just plug this up, sacrificing the diagonal. Because I think I still hold the diagonal if I push here. And then he can reroute here. So should I allow this? Well, I could also take back with the queen. I just have to not lose my rook. Because I think if I go here, there's an immediate here. The rook pin is just kind of a problem. So maybe rook here is good, just to fortify whatever ends up there. Rook here is dangerous because of a bishop one day landing here, especially with this pawn sitting here. I think I'm going to go rook here because the bishop can't get active without winning this fight. Okay. So if I take this direction, I'm extra strong against the bishop, but then he's going to push here. But he can't push there because I would win here. So I think the move is that way. And then I think he'll probably go here with the idea of here. But then I can swing back over there with the idea of here. I could also do the crazy move of rook takes. And if knight takes, pawn takes. Or I could just go pawn takes this direction. And then he has no pawn mobility. So that might be better for me. I am giving up the diagonal for checks, but my bishop kind of does a nice job restricting the queen. So maybe because of his pawns, I take d to e. But then his knight comes in. So I go here, and if here, I take here. Very risky, extremely risky. I might just get my rook off of this diagonal as much as I've tried to hold it the whole game. And maybe the rook would enjoy being on d1. And maybe the knight can one day get that outpost. Also, I'm winning this with an attack on the knight. So right now I can just win a pawn. And is he threatening to win a pawn? If he takes there, I take back. If he takes here, I take back. So I think, and any bishop move doesn't actually attack anything. So I'm just going to win this pawn. So I can take back with the queen. Or the pawn. The pawn makes the most sense. The queen would come with an attack here. I can remove this knight and take here if my queen is there defending my knight. But if I take with the queen and he takes here, I have to take back with the queen. The queen's going to have to move anyways, but then I won't be able to win that. So I think I'm going to take with the pawn. Yeah, so now the threat is f4, which should be crushing for black, but if I take the knight first and the queen has to leave, well, they could probably play f4 anyways. Then I can sack that. And then if takes, takes. I think a nice thing about taking this knight is that then I can get my bishop in here, but I still lose the pawn. But then my rook is activated against this pawn. Also, if I take the knight and queen simply recaptures, I would be able to take this if not for my knight being in a bad position. Also, this bishop is going to be dangerous when it moves, when the pawn is coming down and the bishop supports it, with a discovered attack on my bishop. So I think my bishop is a liability and I should just immediately take the knight, even though it's not that good of a knight. If I move my bishop back into business, attack this weak point, he goes here. See, I think I need to move my bishop here so that next move, when he commits here, I go here. And then I have the battery for checkmate. Wow. So I just take. I'm maintaining this center. Now his bishop has to reroute. My knight is hit. I don't have this move. I thought I did. But the bishop controls that. So I'm in trouble here. So that was my plan. Now my bishop's on the wrong square. And my knight is under attack. I think I have to move him here and here. Could go this way. I think it has to go to b3 here. Even though it's kind of out of the fight. At least it'll guard that. And then he has a check here, but not really. So if I go knight b3 and he goes f4, where's my queen going? Probably here, and then hiding here, defending this when the rook comes. Just gonna go for it. Okay, he's not letting my queen escape. So now f4, and I'm dead everywhere, and my bishop is under attack right now. Bishop here loses to f4. Rook here loses to bishop takes rook. Maybe not loses, though. I think queen here defends the bishop. And that's what I have to play. Okay, now he's rerouted his bishop to where I knew it was going to go. And all this action here has been negated by the Swiss cheese in this direction. I can't contend with that. So I have to maybe hop my knight in here. And if knight takes, pawn takes, then I have a passed pawn. I have a passed pawn over here. I am up a pawn. So my bishop is loose, so I think bishop here and then back here maybe. I think my knight has to move so the bishop can go here. So if knight moves, knight takes, pawn takes, maybe I lose this pawn, but in the process I'll get a bishop here, protect this, free this rook up, and that's what I have to do. Although, yeah, because now this rook isn't so stupid here. Okay, he's threatening to immediately win the game, though. That's a problem. It's fine. I was planning on sacking that anyways. So he can take it with check. I'm still going to get my bishop here. I could also play bishop block. Oh, I see. He's losing. He's winning my bishop. In some cases. Here. That's why I really need to... Oh, man. See, I didn't get bishop b3 in because of this move. Wow. So if I take this bishop, he comes in with his rook. And then he threatens this pawn. But if he takes here, he loses. Okay, so now I have a check here. I have a check. Bishop stays alive. Can the queen block? Well, then I would win this. And if the king moves, it doesn't go there because then I would check. If it goes there, I also have the nice move queen b4, defending bishop and attacking his bishop. But then he would play this. Oh, he's already threatening to check me. Oh no. So I have to check. Otherwise I lose my bishop. I can't take this because check. Or I guess he would take with the rook. So I have to trade queens. I get a nice check here. And then I have to go here and just lose. Wow. I can't move this pawn. Rook's coming down here. Pawns are coming. I lost. Maybe bishop here can help. But then if that, there's the take, checkmate. Can't move this pawn. If I move this pawn, he takes it, and I can't take back. I'm completely lost here. My only option maybe rook here. but then he comes down with this rook. So I'm completely lost. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna resign here. I mean, I guess I could. What could I do? If I go here, he takes here. My king is literally trapped. So my only option is to attack his bishop. I have to sacrifice for his bishop. It's way too strong. So I have to just kill it. I'd like to be able to push this to here, so my bishop has to retreat. Is it time to play a pawn move? Because I think he would just play out. I think if I go here, he goes here, clamps down, and then it'll be good night. Like that. So I think bishop here. See if I can draw him. So that's mate if this pawn moves, and if he takes, it's check. So it's over. Ugh. See, my bishop belonged here, so I could go here, and then in this situation I could take with the bishop defending that. Let's see how long I was in the game. So I have an advantage. And I probably should have played f5 before he did. Yeah. Wow. Even with the bishop under attack, yeah. In between move, attack the queen. That's what I needed to do. But it likes my bishop move. That was where I screwed up, is the queen. It should have been the bishop. Because the queen was immediately hit by this bishop. And then, yeah, b4 makes sense. So I went a pawn. And then this just made no sense. When I went here with the idea of going here, this was never an option. And knight b3 isn't good because the bishop belongs there, I think. Yeah, so, okay. So definitely block with the bishop next time instead of checkmating myself. I just thought I had some action on his king here with the bishop there and checking here. If this queen ever leaves, that's checkmate. And yeah, just a really good move by the computer there, not allowing my plan. Yeah, so wow. I considered it too. Bishop blocks and everything's fine. I mean, I'm not going to win, but would have been better. But instead, I went to the side, and then I didn't see the discovered attack on my bishops. Not that I'm losing a piece, but his bishop ended up being the killer, and I played all game against the other one. That's what's really good about level 7 out of 8 Stockfish, I guess. And that was how I beat level 6, right? Yeah, I resigned because with best play, is to sacrifice my rook and then get destroyed by checkmate. All right. God bless.